Hey beautiful people, welcome back to my channel. My name is Hussein Sibyl. If you're tuning in for the first time, and you're welcome to my channel. And for those who've always been here with me, thank you for being here. It is always a pleasure to have you. So in this video, I'm going to be telling you the things that can make you get arrested in UAE, or you have jail term in UAE. I got the things from college time. Some of them are very funny. Like the first thing I saw was that if you say stupid to someone, you're going to get arrested in UAE. You know, UAE is an Arab country, and there are certain things that they don't really tolerate in their country that it might be normal in other countries, but here in UAE they don't want it to happen. So the first thing I'll be talking about is employing illegal domestic workers, right? Like if you want like a house help, or you want like a housemaid, and you employ them illegally without giving them papers or without making the government know that you have a house help. Like people just go and employ people, like just take people and they do visa change for them, and they don't actually do papers for them, like a residence visa and stuff, so that they can actually be recognized that they're having a job. If you're caught doing that, you're going to be fined, and the fine is 50,000 dirhams. That is what was said on college times. I always tell you people that I get my news from college time because they give the right information about UAE. That's a UAE news website that I follow a lot. So the first thing is employing illegal domestic workers. Is against the UAE law. And the second thing is feeding street cats. Yeah, feeding street cats. I know it was not just street cats, street animals, like even the birds, even the dogs. We have many street animals here, right? The reason they said that it's illegal to feed street cats now is because they will give birth to more cats. The kittens will die, and it will be like they are violating nature or something like that. So you're not supposed to feed street cats, dogs, and birds. Because most often when you're working in UAE, you see people putting food for birds to come and eat, putting food for cats outside to come and eat. Now it's against the UAE law. Do not do that because you get a fine for it. The third thing that can make you go to jail in UAE is washing cars in public. When the police takes your car number, you're going to be fined for it because it's illegal now to do it. Now if you're caught washing a car in public, you're going to be fined 500 dirhams for that, just to wash your car in public. It's against UAE laws. Do not do that. If you're washing cars in public, please be careful. You can get fined for it. Fourth one is seeking unlicensed massage centers. The other day I saw in the news that they confiscated, you know, when you're going around in UAE, you see, especially in Union, in Dera, you see people going around throwing this things for massage centers. They throw it on the street advertising the massage centers. Those are illegal massage centers. They don't really have places like, okay, this place you can get massage, that place you can get massage. No, that is registered under the government. So if you're being caught doing that, you will go to jail for it. And I think they closed down a lot of massage centers in UAE the other day. It has not been long since they did that. So anybody operating that, be careful. If you're caught, you're going to get a 1-year jail term. It is very risky for you to do that. Throwing those papers, especially, it's very risky. If you're caught, you can go to jail for it. It's illegal in UAE. Another one is doing a fundraising without permit. If you're caught in UAE doing a fundraising without permit, you're going to have a jail term, and the money will be confiscated from you. Anything you want to do in UAE, make sure you seek legal advice if you think that it's going to be against the UAE laws, because there are things that are normal in other countries, but in this country it's not going to be normal, and they don't take things lightly. You can go to jail for very little things that you think that they are little, but in this country it might not be little. So be careful when you want to do anything in UAE. The fourth one is checking someone's phone. Checking someone's phone. This is actually very funny. I saw this and I was like, oh my god. So my friends that always check my phone, it means they have to go to jail for checking my phone. But if you're caught checking someone's phone, I think like going to their privacy, I guess so, you might go to jail for it and pay a fine of 50,000 to 100,000 dirhams for it. So be careful when you do certain things in UAE. And the other one is leaving a child alone in the car is against the UAE law. That 2 days ago, the Dubai police, they rescued a child from the car. I think it was the toddler, that the mom left the child in the car and went to the supermarket to get something. I think the baby was choking or doing something, so the police had to rescue the baby from the car. So if you are caught leaving your baby in the car, you will go to jail for it, because that will be child negligence. There are things in UAE that they don't take it lightly. Another one is installing satellite dishes, like satellite TV dishes on rooftops, illegal satellite TV dishes on rooftops. If it is not licensed satellite dishes, please do not install them, because you'll be fined and you can go to jail for it. So these are things that you should not do in UAE. If you're traveling to UAE or you're in UAE, please avoid doing that, because it can make you go to jail or you can be fined for it. Most of the time you get fines and you have to pay for the fine, because when they put these laws and you break the laws, you're going to go down for it. They do not joke with you. UAE is different. Don't say these things, they don't matter. It might not matter in your country, but in UAE it matters to them. So please do not do these things and avoid doing them in UAE. Another one I'm going to add is showing public affections in UAE is not okay. Filming an accident scene in UAE is against the UAE law. It is illegal for you to film an accident scene. You know how people are used to filming accident scenes in countries. In UAE, if you film an accident scene, you're going to go down for it, and the fine is 15,000 dirhams. Be careful. When you see an accident in UAE, please do not film. It's very important. Do not film accident scenes in UAE, because you go to jail for it and you will have a fine of 15,000 dirhams. So be very careful. Your actions in UAE might cost you a lot, so be careful. When you go to the beach, stop taking pictures of people. When you want to take a picture, make sure you look round, because if you don't, you can go to jail for it, because there are things that you don't do in UAE. Showing public affection, drinking alcohol and doing stuff, you might go to jail for it. Be careful. This country is not like other countries where you do stuff and they don't really matter. No, when you do things here, it can influence you a lot. Thank you for watching this video. If you like the video, don't forget to give it a thumbs up. Leave me a comment in the comment section. And if there are more things you want to know if you can do them in UAE or not, you can check me on Facebook. My Facebook is here from Sibyl. I'm on Instagram as Hussein_Sibyl. My TikTok is here from Sibyl. You can send me an email. My email is hussein@gmail.com. I'll put the links in the description box below. You can click to connect with me, and if I don't answer you on any of the socials, you can always check me on Facebook, because I'm always on Facebook. Thank you for watching this video, and if you like it, don't forget to share. See you in the next video. Bye bye.